All right. Do me a favor, and I apologize for the pile of clothes that's right behind me. Give me a second. Um, I was doing laundry right before this, and I haven't put anything away. And we're changing. This is not going to be the setup for much longer. We're moving my desk, my PC, my monitors all to another room pretty soon to set up like a little trading studio in one of the rooms in my house. Um so bear with me on that. But anyways, let me just give you guys a little intro. Thanks for everyone for showing up. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Ideally, this lasts around an hour and a half, probably. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. Who knows if this lasts longer and I just yap forever. Then perfect, so be it. Thank you for the people that are watching on YouTube, and thank you for the people who decided to join us live. Right now, we got around like 430 people in here. Hopefully, more people start showing up as the night and the day goes on. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to jump right in. And before I get to questions, I would like to just do a quick little, I guess, weekly analysis with you guys. So you guys can kind of get a taste of what I do every single week with the free Discord. If you guys are in that, hopefully you guys are, and with the paid Discord as well. So let's jump all the way over. Boom. Okay, so essentially right now, I just want to go over our weekly analysis for the week upcoming because New York session just ended, pretty much closing off the end of the week, and locking in another week, done, X'd out. Okay, so to start off, on Monday, look at that, boys. Haven't seen an empty day in a minute. No news on Monday at all. Good to trade on Monday. Good to go. Kind of going over my trading schedule. This is really what I do every single weekend. We usually do this on Sunday or Saturday with the free and paid Discord, kind of going over weekly analysis and the days that I'll be trading, if you guys are new to this. So yeah, on Monday, I'm good to freaking go. No news, high probability, say less. We're in that. Tuesday, man, for now, I've recently been really enjoying staying away from Forex, and I've been killing it on indexes. So for the time being, I'm actually going to remove Forex pairs from that just so we can keep this a little bit clearer. So on Tuesday, we have Flash Manufacturing, PMI, 15 minutes into market open. I should still be good to trade on this day because I usually start looking for trades right around 10. That's usually when the setups occur or like when I'm entering. So this should, if anything, just give a boost of volatility and volume into the market during that time. And then after, I should be good to look for a trade. On Wednesday, I will be completely avoiding Wednesday because Powell speaks. I know he's speaking during PM session and some people are going to be wanting to trade AM session. By all means, like, you guys can go ahead and do that. Me personally, this is for me is like kind of the one or two of the unprobable days during the week. And I have a rule: if Powell's speaking that day, I don't freaking trade. So Powell's speaking, and if he's speaking, I just don't trade at all. Odds are AM session will just consolidate, fuck around until Powell steps on the stage, and then boom, PM session will really be the main move, waiting for him to talk. So Wednesday, I probably will not trade. Thursday, we have a shitload of news. However, the majority of the news is coming an hour before market open at 8:30. But something to keep in mind, I will sit down with the Discord on this day and be like, hey, this is what I'm potentially looking for, whatever. I'll do the regular shit that we usually do, which is sit down, kind of, shoot the shit on the pairs that we trade or looking to trade for the week. And I'll look for something. But if there's like a huge move that happens based off GDP and unemployment claims, which usually does happen, and there's just nothing to trade, the move's already been made during pre-market, boom, perfect. I'll take a step back, say like, look, I'm comfortable not trading today. We have an FOMC member speaking 30 minutes before market open, and then we have pending home sales at 10 a.m. Overall, like Wednesday, I'm not going to trade. Thursday, I'm going to be leaning heavier towards the side of like, I don't want to trade. So I'm really just making it how I would come into Thursday is I would sit down, be looking at the market and be like, hey, even though I'm on a call with my Discord right now, I'm not going to force a trade, and I'm pretty much going to make it so I'm not looking to trade. And if the market gives me a setup that is so good for me, is so good that I would be stupid not to take it, essentially. So I'm just kind of waiting for like an offer that I can't refuse type of deal. And then on Friday, we have core PCE price index at 8:30, and then we have consumer sentiment at 10. Consumer sentiment always usually messes up the market a solid amount. But I will still be, again, looking to trade if consumer sentiment messes up the market at 10 and then causes, price to go everywhere and just like freaking go crazy. Then again, I will probably be looking to stay out of it because, guys, if I look back on the past really 3 trading weeks now and how I've kind of like changed how I'm looking to get into the market, it's really like, okay, I'm not looking to trade for as many days as possible. I'm literally looking to not trade as many freaking days as possible, and I'm just waiting for the market to give me a reason to trade. And that's how you guys should be approaching this as well. I mean, like, the results speak for themselves. Over the past 3 weeks, I've freaking killed it. The month of October, I've just been murking it. I can't wait to see what I end up in terms of profit on this month. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think it'll be a crazy amount. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've been approaching the market recently. So yeah, that kind of goes over our schedule for the week. Now we can get rid of both those just beautiful, super sexy trades that we took today, and go over these 2 pairs. So we'll go over the S&P, NASDAQ smoking on that gas pack, and Bitcoin, and then we'll get into your guys' questions. So to start off, the S&P 500. Okay, so we'll start from top down on the monthly time frame. We are in an uptrend on the S&P. Yeah, we've had 2 or pretty much 3 red months. Who knows if this month that we're currently in will end in red. But we're still in an uptrend on the monthly time frame, and we're yet to take out this liquidity that's resting up here. And for me, that's really the main draw. Like, we didn't fucking do much off of this. This was just like a simple retrace on the monthly time frame. And if we look at this, where did it retrace into? An imbalance. So if anything, we're looking at this like, hey, the monthly time frame's in an uptrend where we pretty much filled down all the way to the bottom of this. Imagine if this was on the 1 minute time frame and y'all are just waiting to snipe this. Right? Like, if this fills this completely, wicks this the fuck out, and then gives a blue candle, you can safely assume like, hey, this high is probably next, and then this high after that is next. That's kind of what I'm looking at on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we are bearish as well. We recently, over the past 2 weeks, this week and last week, we filled in this fair value gap, this bearish fair value gap on the weekly time frame. Right up until that 50% mark, pretty much filling it halfway, and have since then sent price capitulating down. If we, for some reason on the monthly time frame, close underneath this fair value gap, the next draw for me would probably just be, boom, the base of this order block right here, because boom, and then legs up. And then that also kind of coincides with this accumulation area. So again, if we don't wick this fair value gap and then just head straight on up to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised if price comes down into here and then kind of makes its move from there. So monthly, we're bearish. Weekly, we're bearish. We filled in this bearish fair value gap. And then daily, yesterday, we broke structure to the downside. And it's pretty safe to assume that this is going to be the draw on liquidity. There's really nothing else in its way until then. And then from there, we can kind of draw out our other daily levels. We already filled in this daily fair value gap. So this draw on the daily would be next. And then from there, we have like these draws on liquidity all the way down here. But for now, I'll safely assume that this is going to be it. So going into next week, that's kind of what we're looking for price to draw towards would be these lows. And then anything past that, we also have this as a small little daily draw. And again, keep in mind, since the monthly we're in an uptrend, this very well could just be like, boom, next week starts, we sweep these babies out, and then we start sending it, and that could be the wick up off the monthly fair value gap. That could be the reversal that we need for the weekly. We could start seeing reversal signs on the daily, but again, we're not here to speculate about a reversal. We would rather wait for confirmations like break of structure, to show that a reversal has actually happened instead of just like betting that a reversal is going to happen, which tends to be a lot of your guys' issues when you're trading on like the 1 minute time frame or whatever. You guys are, or like maybe even on higher time frames, you'll be on like a higher time frame and you're just like kind of betting that it's going to reverse off of liquidity sweep without even waiting for confirmation, like a break of structure or for fair value gap getting filled. But yeah, that's what I see on the S&P. Let's move over to NASDAQ. NASDAQ smoking on that gas pack. NASDAQ is in a super similar situation to the S&P, where we have this boom monthly fair value gap that we're kind of filling in the complete bottom of. And similarly with how the S&P, we have this order block and then this accumulation, the NASDAQ has another imbalance, boom, right here on the monthly time frame, and honestly more so of an imbalance than what we had on the weekly time frame. So I really wouldn't even be surprised if like next week we get just like a fucking dumpski into this imbalance that's within here. And then also that kind of coincides with boom, this order block, however you want to label it, based off the wick or based off the base of this, that kind of coincides with the top wick of this order block, that boom, leg down, swept out this liquidity, and then boom, caused capitulation right after that. So either or, I'm open to both. Again, it's just waiting for what price wants to give us. But yeah, right now we're sitting within this monthly fair value gap. We could go lower into this fair value gap, similar to the S&P, into that accumulation area. On the NASDAQ, we have a bit of a situation here. So we already closed above these highs, okay? I think, and some bullish confirmation. Look at this. We closed above this fair value gap, and now we're headed back down into here. This isn't a reaction. We closed above that imbalance. So for me, I think NASDAQ over these next couple months, or whenever we get reactions off of this, we start seeking out these all-time highs up here. Again, do I think that the freaking indexes are in like a super healthy fundamental and like climate right now? Definitely not, but I'm gonna play what the chart is giving me right now. And like again, it's similar to what I was saying, like don't bet against the trend because you think a reversal is going to happen. We're in a freaking uptrend right now. I'm going to play with the trend. I'm going to keep betting that this thing's going to go after all-time highs, no matter what the news is saying, no matter what the interest rates are, no matter what inflation is at. I'm going based off what the chart tells me. Okay, so on the monthly, this imbalance here. On the weekly, this is kind of more of an enticing imbalance, I will say. Again, we're bearish on the weekly. We filled in this weekly fair value gap. On the daily time frame, again, what are some main draws? We have yet to kind of come through and take out this daily low right here. And then following that would be these daily lows over here. Boom, boom. And those can kind of be our draws on liquidity for next week. So that's what I see on NASDAQ smoking on that gas pack. Now let's jump into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, if we remove all of this, we look at the monthly time frame. Bitcoin's in an uptrend, boys. We broke structure to the upside right here. We filled this fair value gap. We got a reaction. You know, like I don't think there's really anything else much to say besides like this is the same thing as if you were trading on the 1 minute time frame. Something I would say be kind of wary of would be boom, this big ass imbalance that we have from like 37.5K all the way down to 32K. That's something to keep in mind. But yeah, on the weekly time frame, once we broke structure to the upside off this weekly candle, it's kind of safe to assume that, hey, this monthly capitulation is going to come and start seeking out, boom, these monthly highs right up here. You know, it's pretty safe to assume that the price is going to draw and to seek out these monthly highs. Another area that you guys should be wary about would be this 32.5K area with this weekly high, because that's like kind of really the start of the imbalance in my eyes. We can see like on the weekly time frame, we see a little bit more. We see the actual flood to the downside, and then we see a fill of it a bit right here. And then if we go into the daily, we'll actually be able to see it even more. And yeah, it really starts here and then ends like right here with that. So I think, yeah, we honestly see price draw up towards these highs and then draw up, boom, into this imbalance within here. And then from there, we'll see what price wants to give. The halvening is coming through in April, so that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, right now, like I'm not going to go any lower than the weekly and the monthly time frame for Bitcoin, because I don't treat it like, I don't day trade it. I really just do swing stuff on this and kind of do short-term investing, I guess you could say. But yeah, overall, I mean, this looks freaking healthy, bro. Like we're in an uptrend. I don't know why people are like continuing to try and say like, oh, this thing's like going down forever. ETH looks fucking amazing. We're still yet to break structure to the downside on the monthly. We're bullish on the monthly. The weekly, we broke structure to the upside, and it looks like, and it looks like we just recently swept out these weekly lows, and now look at price, bro. Like we're rallying. So I think as Bitcoin starts to rally a bit more, ETH will follow through. And another thing to keep in mind, ETH did take out these highs and started to fill in this imbalance a bit. So we can do like what we did similarly on Bitcoin, where we kind of go into the daily and find like the major imbalance. So for me, that would really be from like here down to here. And then maybe if we go in on the weekly, we can see a little better view. Yeah, I guess we could just do it from here, really down to right here, which price never actually fully like tapped into. But on the monthly, we were able to get into this kind of the start of the imbalance. But on the weekly, we can kind of see that the actual flood, the capitulation was within this box. So that's what I see for ETH, kind of similar to Bitcoin. I use Bitcoin really as like the main market leader for all this stuff. But yeah, there we go. Weekly analysis, fully covered. Now let's jump into questions. I see that we have 84 questions already. Guys, I ain't gonna cap. I'm literally, I wish I could like delete all of these and then just go to them. But let's see. We are going to scroll all the way down to the bottom to where they are starting. Okay, so let's get into this. So here we go. I've been, well, start freaking answering questions. This is where things will get fun for y'all. Okay, so I've been trading for 8 to 9 months now, and I really understand it now. But sometimes I fuck up on execution, but I'm getting the bias right for the day. What should I do? Bro, just keep going. That's kind of like, that's like, okay, if you know the daily bias, perfect. That means you already fixed one thing. How do you find a trade, and how do you become a profitable trader? Understand daily bias and then understanding the execution. Putting those two together, combined with just the discipline to make sure you only take like 1 to 2 trades a day and use risk management. It's really like daily bias, execution, discipline on top, connecting the two. Those put together, dude, you're halfway there. So the only thing that I could suggest to you would be, cool, bro. Like you're doing great. Like just keep it up. That's nothing to be discouraged about. Okay, so show how you set lot sizes very quickly while in a trade. I know you do a video, but market moves too quick. Any shortcuts? Okay, so I trade, if you guys don't know this already, I trade using set lot sizes. So I will go ahead and explain this super quick for you guys. So let's say, for example, the first thing that you want to do, find your average stop loss. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is find out what your average stop loss is. Let's say on the S&P 500, your average stop is like 5 points. You know, sometimes that's it for me. Really, like what I like to do is like 7.5 points as my average stop, because sometimes it gets large. And then find that average stop loss for every single pair that you trade. So find your average stop loss in terms of NASDAQ, in terms of gold. Okay, and then 2, you are going to figure out what lot size to use with that stop at 1% risk. So from there, you're going to, you have your average stop loss in pips or points, whatever. You take that, you go to a lot size calculator, you plug in that as your like supposed stop loss for just one trade, right? And then you type in your account size, and then you type in 1% risk. Okay, and then boom, it's going to give you a lot size. The number it gives you is your set lot size. And then from there, what you can do is you can tweak this a bit. So what I like to do, I consider that my normal, comfortable lot size. Meaning, okay, most of my trades are going to be around 7.5 points with a stop loss. I'm going to risk 1 to 3%, boom, and use that lot size. Let's say my stop loss is, let's say I set my average stop loss to 7 points, just for fucking math's sake. And one day I have a stop loss that is 14 points. That means my stop is pretty much doubled. But if I still use that same lot size that I got, and if I'm risking 1% with 7 points, what am I risking with 14 points? 2%. Perfect. We're still within our risk management range. Now, what happens if we, place a trade that's 5 point stop loss or 3.5 point stop loss? Cool. That means I risked 0.5% on the trade. So what I like to do is just have this set lot size in my head for every single pair. And then either I tweak it, like let's say my stop loss is 2 times the size of my average stop loss. And let's say it's on like a high impact news day, and I decide to take a trade. Maybe I chop my lot size in half to de-risk myself. Or maybe it's a day with no news and it's high probability, my setup looks great, and I double down on it because I want to risk 2% and my stop loss is that same average stop loss that I use. Cool. Do you play off earnings? Hell no. Thoughts on XRP? I'm not going to be talking about any crypto coins in here. If you guys want to learn about crypto, that's what Twitter, that's what my Telegram, and that's what Palaview is for. What do you think about scalping? Okay, so I don't care how people trade. Some people are really great at swing trading. Some people are really great at like taking one trade and like within 1 minute they're closing and they just put super dumb risk on it. And then some people like to do intraday trades, or like some people like to do like trades that they sit in the trade for like a couple hours and then they close. Me personally, I like to do what I call like intraday, or like you could call what I do scalping, because I'm trading on the 1 minute. But like when most people think of scalping, they're like in and out of the market within 5 minutes. That's on me. Usually I'm in and out of the market within like an hour and a half. So yeah, I don't really care for scalping. It's just not the strategy and the type of trading that works for me. Scalping is a little bit too like high intensity for me. The thing that I will say is like the slower the chart that you're on in terms of like time frame. So let's say we're on the monthly time frame, the easier it's going to be, because you have to be patient. And by trading on super low time frames, it pretty much literally like removes patience, and it gives you like that instant gratification that like maybe you guys shouldn't have as beginner traders. What were you doing every day before you were when you were unprofitable, to better your trading and yourself? Like, go over your daily routine before you were before you were profitable. So to give you guys an idea of the work that I put in to end up making the money that I do now, which is like 5 years of work, really 2 years of just fucking grinding. My first year was the most intense, where I was really, really getting into it, and I was in high school at the time. And I watched anywhere from like 5 to 6 hours a day on YouTube of trading stuff. And you might be saying, yo, that's fucking cap. It's not. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this, where like we're addicted to this shit. And I was really, really addicted, and I kind of have like sort of like an autistic brain, where if I get really, really hooked on something, like I just turn everything into like kind of a competition. I'm a super competitive person, and when I get into something that I really, really love, I just want to be the best at it. Like an example of me doing this when I was younger, like fucking Clash of Clans and like Clash Royale, like all that shit, and like Madden Mobile, bro. I hacked those games. Like I had a jailbroken iPhone. I was in there jugging gems. Dude, like there was that one Madden Mobile glitch where you could sell like bronze and silver players for like this certain price, and like I had a bot that figured out all the prices that like would automatically get bought by like those weird auctioning sites that sold coins. Like I always found different ways to like become like the best, or like get a bunch of like, I guess, like money. Like really, it was really just like money, like get video game currency. And then I guess it turned into real life money. So yeah, really just watching like 5 to 6 hours of YouTube videos a day. And then after that, was the biggest thing for me was separating myself from the YouTube and the education, and realizing that, okay, I've literally learned everything there is about trading, because if you do 5 to 6 hours a day on YouTube, you'll fucking cover the shit in a year, or 2 years. And the stupid thing to do would be to continue looking at YouTube and continue searching for like what you think you need, when in reality, all you need is just experience in the market and just like fucking chart time. So once I realized that, which actually was like a year and a half in, where like after that first year of like learning everything, that other half of the year that I was like continuously like searching YouTube, trying to find the thing that would make it click for me, and I never found it. I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm just going to turn off YouTube, and like maybe I'm just going to do this shit my own way. And then doing it my own way ended up making me way better at trading than any of the other strategies or whatever the fuck that I learned on YouTube beforehand. And just knowing in my head, like, okay, I know the basics. I know use risk management. I know be disciplined. I know not to trade on fucking news, and I know not to, place a billion trades during the day. I just want to sit down on the chart and try and figure this the fuck out. And then with that, like I already had all those crazy strategies like all up in my head, like that I had been like that I just had stored, right? I already knew the knowledge. And then it was just like me sitting down on the chart and being like, all right, like what can I see? So yeah. Do you ever consider moving to Dubai? No. Puerto Rico has literally everything I need in terms of tax. How to convince parents to trading. Okay, so um, you don't convince them to, you can't. So like for me, my example, my parents hated the idea of trading. They're big school people, and they pretty much tried to convince me not to trade. They told me to stop trading. They thought I stopped trading when I still was. I continued to lose money, and then they figured out that I was trading again, and then they got really upset, and then I told them that I was forever done with trading, and then a year later I popped out with a bunch of money. So don't tell your parents that you're trading. Don't convince your parents. Don't ask them for permission. If this is something that you really want to do, the best thing that you can do is just fucking work in silence. But another thing that I will say, I don't want you guys coming on this fucking webinar and thinking that, hey, I'm TJR, I make all this money and I want you to do it too. That's the last thing. If you guys are like sitting here saying, I don't know if I want to get into trading or not, listen to me right now, leave this Zoom call and never trade ever again in your entire fucking life. This is quite possibly look at people leaving the Zoom call. This is quite possibly like the worst profession that you could, the worst like side hustle slash business slash profession that you guys could ever get yourselves into. And that's coming from a trader. That's coming from someone who did it, who made it in trading, who is now trying to get out of trading. If that tells you anything, I made it in trading and now I'm trying to get out. Why not start with something that could get you out of trading in the first place? I was literally just watching this Alex Hormozy video and he was saying something similar to the point where a restaurant, which usually ends up being a super struggling business model, takes the same amount of time to set up as $1 million business. And it's just deciding what one you want to put the work into. You know, like do you want to set up $1 million business or do you want to set up a fucking restaurant and like, you know, like your dreams come true? You like, let's be honest. Why do you guys want to get into trading? You guys want to make money? Guess what? You're not going to make any money in trading for the first 2 years. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much for sure. You're not going to make any money in trading for the first 2 years. That's for fucking damn sure. And you're definitely not going to be profitable within the first year. You're not going to be profitable within the first year and a half. You'll lose a bunch of money within the first 2 years. Why not start a fucking business where like it really only takes you 3 months to start making money, or like a month, you know, to start making your first couple bucks. And then who knows where you'll be at in 2 years versus trading. Once you hit 2 years, you probably still aren't even profitable. And then once you turn profitable, you're fully dependent on the capital that you have in your trading account. And then it's like, bro, you don't have shit because you lost it all from trading. So warning to you guys, I'm here to teach you guys how to trade. If you guys are like, yes, fuck you, TJR, like I'm going to do this shit. But if you came on here like thinking, oh yeah, I'm trying to get into trading, I'm thinking about it, don't. Okay. Trading with Alex Eubank video when? I'm not sure. I need to link up with him again. Let's see. Sale on Black Friday for the Discord? Duh. The Discord's already on sale, boys. For the people that are in the YouTube, for the people that are in this shit right now, if you guys want to see me fucking trade live, the Discord's on sale right now. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, the link's in the description. For the people that are watching this live, just go to my Instagram or my TikTok and the link's in the bio. So it's already on sale if you guys didn't know that. Just like the OG Q&A. Yeah, man. What do you think of back testing? I don't like back testing. Back testing is like the most hindsight bullshit ever. So this is what I would consider, this is what I like to compare back testing to. It's like you play a super shitty basketball game, similar to you like trading super shittily. And then you think back on all the like plays and times that you messed up, and then you think of all the things that you could have done correctly, and then you're like, oh yeah, that was fucking obvious, like I should have just done that. That's essentially what backtesting is in trading, where it's like you just look back and you're like, oh, I should have just done that, versus like, why didn't you do that, you know? And then you continue to fuck up and you continue to not do that. So I was like, bro, like what the fuck does backtesting even do for you? Nothing. What I am a huge fan of is live testing, which is, again, just sitting your ass down in front of the charts and not necessarily trading, but just literally like predicting where the fucking chart's gonna go. That's the best thing that you can do. Just sit your ass down, look at the fucking chart for hours a day, mark out areas of liquidity, mark out building blocks, mark out all that shit, and then just be like, oh, just make predictions on where price is going to go. And if it fucks up, like if you fuck up on your prediction live, then you can correct yourself, be like, oh, it didn't do this because there's this instead. That's going to be that's the thing that's going to turn you profitable, by doing that shit. That's the fucking biggest bar that was dropped this entire time. Is strategy or psychology more important? Psychology for sure. Strategy is like 5% of trading. And if we're being honest, psychology is low-key like easy as fuck. Humans are just like the most pathetic fucking people on earth, or pathetic animals on earth. Because if you think about it, what is psychology? Psychology is just being patient. Psychology is just not breaking the set of fucking rules that you laid out for yourself every damn day. And then on top of that, psychology is also just like being okay and like satisfied with a win or a loss. Like it's as simple as that. So like, yeah, psychology is huge in trading, but like most people are just like a bunch of bitches. Okay, at what point would you say is a good, so this is kind of going off, at what point of like the thing of me saying to get away from YouTube, at what point would you say is a good point to stop seeking new information, seeking to learn from other trading YouTubes, influencers? Would it be profitability? No, not at all, because you're not going to turn profitable before you like literally know everything in trading. Like, guys, stop yourself right now. Do you have a strategy that makes sense to you on why the market moves the way it does? If you're saying yes, perfect, check it off. Do you day in and day out know and understand your trading plan? And maybe sometimes you fuck up, but for the most part, you follow it and you stick to your trading plan and you stay disciplined and you stay emotionless and you only take 1 to 2 trades a day and you follow fucking news. You don't trade on news and you use correct lot sizes and you use risk management. Thumbs up, check that off. Perfect. You technically know how to trade, and now all you're lacking is experience. So throw me the fuck out the mix, bro. Like literally sit your ass down in front of a chart and watch that shit day in and day out for like 2 years, and then you'll be profitable. Okay, this one's amazing. I can't wait to go off on your bitch asses on this one. TJR, I've been trading for almost 1 year now. I can execute amazingly and I can read the markets great. I have a lot of problems with discipline and with discipline. We'll just keep this on discipline. A lot of problems with discipline. Could I have some advice? There is not a single thing that I can sit down and tell you to do. There's not a single thing that I can tell you to do besides don't fucking do it. There's not a single thing that I can tell you to do that will stop you from holding your phone, seeing the market move, and you pressing the button on a high impact news day, or from you altering your lot size so you're full porting and pressing the buy or sell button. There's nothing that I can tell you to do that will fucking change your own discipline besides your own actions. You are the only person that can stop yourself from breaking your discipline, from breaking your trading plan. It's as simple as just grabbing your fucking sack, making sure both the balls are there, and being like, I'm not going to over leverage today. And if that's so difficult for you, you shouldn't be trading. If you over leverage every single time and you've blown several accounts, and after this video, you're not like, okay, like I'm going to be fully done with this shit. Like, cause TJR fucking told me like I'm a bitch for full porting every single time just cause I want to hit it big. And that's not what trading is. Think of trading as the fucking long game. You'll never make it in trading. Ever in your entire life. There's nothing I can tell you. I can't reach through the screen and grab your hand before you press buy. I can't stop you from fucking placing 10 trades a day. I can't stop you from buying a funded account when you're still unprofitable and knowing damn well that you're just going off a hope and a dream. You know? So yeah. I've been trading for 4 months now. I've watched all your videos to date at least 3 times now. Thank you. I've been profitable on demo for 3 months now. What should be the best next step? Perfect, bro. You're on track. 3 months of profitability. Awesome. Open a $100 live account so you can get used to making jack shit and you can get used to losing jack shit. Because let's say like you get profitable on demo and you just get really excited and think you're fucking God. You're not. You're going to pretty much blow your first full live account. That's like most traders. The best thing that you can do is start off with using money that you're completely emotionless to. So similar to demo where you're like, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm profitable on demo because it's paper money. You want to do the same thing on your live account. You want to start it with $100 and risk $1 to $3 per trade and be winning like $1 to like $6 per freaking trade, because what is that to you? Probably fucking nothing. You know, so, and then from there, if you're profitable for 3 months on that, perfect. Scale it up a bit now. Perfect. Now we're working with $1,000 in the account and then we're making $10, $20, $30. The worst thing that you can do is just dump in like 10K into account and immediately start risking like, you know, freaking $100 per trade. And then next thing you know, like you hit one trade and you're making more than your minimum wage job pays you in an hour. Or like in the entire day within an hour, and then you just think you're like that man, and then you start trading and over leveraging, and then you go back to square one. Execution is my biggest flaw at the moment. I hesitate to pull the trigger sometimes. Dude, that will happen. Confidence is the biggest thing. One of the bigger things in trading where it's like, you literally like, bro, imagine me who has to, and this is how I just know I have a sack of steel. Like, imagine someone who has to come into the market, just like you by yourself. First of all, imagine yourself. Imagine having to come into the market, knowing that you're profitable. Let's just like assume that you're profitable right now. And you get in the market and you know exactly how to execute every single day, but the past 7 trades you fucking lost. Imagine having to know that, hey, I have to execute right now. I have to use the same risk management because I know that I'm profitable. It takes a while to build that confidence up. And now imagine me who has to do it in front of hundreds of people every fucking day. Every day that I risk money, other people are risking money with me. And then on top of that, imagine having to go on social media and talk about it. And have, like, let's say I have a losing week and people are just shitting on you. Imagine what that does to your confidence, where I lose like fucking 50K in a week and everyone in your comment section is like, you fucking suck at trading. You're unprofitable now. Trading's hard, bro. Trading's hard on the confidence. Let's see here. If you can give a 16-year-old guy any advice for getting a good amount of wealth, what would you tell him? Okay. Reinvest all the money that you make. Reinvest all the money that you make back into yourself or back into your business or whatever it is that you're doing until you are comfortably making 10K a month. And then from there, you can start investing. The biggest thing is like understanding that anything under 10K a month is horrible, and 10K a month is like the entry to entrepreneurship. And I know I sound like a fucking dick and like a confident ass fucking bitch right now, but 10K a month is like broke boy shit. I'm not going to lie. 10K a month is like literally like welcome to the world of money. Like you just like, this is your ticket, like welcome to the game. Now it's time to start having fun. And then from there you can start doing like actual proper management. But before 10K a month, bro, like you should be paying for survival, which is just food, housing, and like gas money or whatever the fuck, like just to survive. And then all the other money, dump it right back into your businesses until you're making 10K a month. And then from there, you can start like investing properly. But even then, still only pay for fucking survival and like only be putting like baby ass shit. Like, bro, because if I were to compare like investing what I was making, like when I was making 10K a month, if I were to compare like what those investments have done for me versus the investments that I'm putting in, like, bro, literally yesterday I had a meeting with a private equity guy, and like I'm pretty much giving him 6 figures a month to invest it for me. Like, bro, one single day of the investments that I'm giving this guy for like the month is shitting on what I had invested back when I was making 10K a month. So really just like get your money up until you want to still start like fucking saving for the future. If you actually want to make a lot of money. La la la, I'm just scrolling through these. Some of these are stupid. I'm trading for almost a year now, using your knowledge and strategy for only 6 months though. I have no problem being disciplined, but sometimes it feels like I'm too much because I'm waiting for the perfect setup to happen and I miss the actual trade. You are a better trader than 99% of the people that are in this Zoom call right now, because you're trading exactly how everyone should be trading, which is being as patient as possible. And yeah, maybe you should pull the trigger like a little bit more. But for me, like like an example was I think Wednesday of this week. You know, we got ready to take our fucking trade. And bro, like market set up, my daily bias was fully correct, and it went in and I just didn't take the trade because I didn't like it, and all take profits would have been hit, but I didn't care because I didn't like it. You know, a day out of the market is better than a day in the market, because what would have happened if I lost that trade? I had a pretty large potential stop loss on that trade. I probably would have lost a lot of money. Don't think about the money that you could have won on days that you stay out of the market. Just consider that, oh, I saved myself from losing money again today. Makes you feel a lot better about yourself. Man, you guys gave me a lot of questions here. Scrolling down. Okay, so when you first started making money with trading, how did you go about taxes and scaling? So I'll kind of talk about the compounding thing and the scaling thing. Taxes, find a CPA. A lot of you guys are hilarious, bro. You guys love asking about taxes like before you guys are even profitable. Step one about learning about taxes and trading: make fucking money in trading and then get to it. You know, like I said, like if you guys are in this Zoom call, odds are you're trying to learn, you're trying to gain more information on trading. So what does that mean? You're unprofitable, and that's okay. But just understand that you are unprofitable and you're not making any money from trading right now, right? So if you're not making any money from trading, why do you have to worry about taxes in trading? The only thing that you need to worry about in taxes in trading is writing off the 3K in losses that you lost that year in trading. Because fun fact, if you day trade and you lose, you can write off up to $3,000 that you've lost in the market. So there you go. There's a tax tip for you guys, for the people that are in here. Boom, write off the 3K that you lose during trading. And then once you start making money during trading, odds are you'll have enough money to pay someone to do it for you. Get a good CPA. There you go. That's my tax advice. Find a bomb ass accountant. And then in terms of scaling and compounding, I think I'm going to make a YouTube video on this pretty soon, but I think scaling and compounding a trading account is literally like, it's smart like at the beginning, but you shouldn't be fully like 100% compounding your account. The way that I like to think about this is like, for example, when I turned $10,000 into 112K and then lost it all the next day, what would have happened if I had withdrew like the 100 grand and just left like 12K in the account, which is already more than the deposit that I put in? You know, my life probably would have changed a lot quicker. So withdrawing profits is definitely something that I highly recommend. Like immediately, like pay the fucking trader, bro. Like once you start making money from trading, withdraw that shit, because you kind of want to assume that you are dog shit at trading until you have years to back yourself up. Because I know people who will literally go like a year and be profitable in trading, and then the next year they go unprofitable, and then they lose all their money in their fucking like car. It's not funny, but I think it is. So yeah, make sure you withdraw your shit, because you never know when shit can go south. And in terms of like scaling, what I would say is like at the beginning, do a 75-25 approach, and then slowly start making it different. So like 75 stays in the account, you withdraw 25% just to pay yourself out, you know, just to see that money hit the bank. And then as time goes on, as your trading account gets bigger, turn it to 50-50. And then from there, turn it to like 25-75. And then from there, turn it to like just 100%. Like you're just paying yourself out. And like what I like to do is really just make big account size jumps when my psychology is ready for it, because I have a bunch of money on standby fucking in high yield savings, or like in investment accounts, or just like in several different bank accounts that I could easily dump into my trading account right now and make it 2 or 3 times bigger than it already is. But I don't do it because, one, I wouldn't like that much risk on the market. Again, this is a risk on type of game that we're playing. And something that I mentioned at the beginning of this is like, bro, why would I put more money into trading when I could just put more money into a business that's going to make me more than trading eventually? Let's continue. Are you planning on to do these webinars regularly? Yeah, bro, I plan on doing these pretty much every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Plan is to do this for like a month and a half straight. I kind of want to give you guys like, I mean, this wasn't like much of a teaser, but I'm thinking of doing like a month-long, really, really exclusive fucking like class almost, where it's literally like a month and we do an hour-long Zoom call every single day. And after that month of trading, like I just fully have set you guys up to kill the market. That's kind of what I want these trading webinars to turn into, is kind of like giving you guys a taste of that, what I'm going to call like masterclass or mastermind, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be like 4 weeks long, damn near a Zoom every other day, where like, bro, I'm going to be grinding my ass off for you guys, so I'm going to expect you guys to be grinding your ass off for me. That's kind of what I would like to turn these webinars. That's what I would like to show you guys what I have to offer through these webinars, but today it's really just been like a Q&A type of thing. But yeah. By trading using only your stuff, I've moved from unprofitable to break-even point. I'm missing something to become profitable, but I can't see what it is so far. Could it just be market experience? Yeah, man, you're halfway there. Being break-even is a million times better than being unprofitable, bro. Think about it. Would you rather be losing money, or would you rather be not making or losing any money? Probably the in-between point. This is unprofitable, this is break even, this is profitability. You're already like 90% of the way there, bro. It's just market experience. Learning anything new from any trader whales and PR? Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking like there. I know. Luckily for me, like I've been tapped in with a lot of the really, really big business guys out here, and as you like, I'm a fucking fly or like a minnow, and like Puerto Rico is a tiny ass pond filled with just like 300 orca whales in terms of business, and I'm a fucking minnow compared to them. So yeah. What's the future looking like for Palaview? Every single person that's in Palaview right now that is, you know, fully learning and fully taking in all the research reports, and I'll leave the link in the bio for this as well. Every single person in Palaview that's watching over my technical analysis videos and that is fully reading those research reports, I genuinely think that after the crypto bull run, those people will be very, very well off. We'll leave it like that. I guess like enough said. I drop a bunch of free game on my Twitter. I drop a bunch of shit on my Telegram. But that's really me just talking about plays. For people who like want to, this is very similar, bro, to like, to the shit where it's like, okay, I can fucking say like buy this and buy that. I want to teach you guys how to fish, not fish for you and then just fucking drop a fish in your lap. You know, what are you guys gonna learn from me just fucking spoon feeding you guys shit? People that are in Palaview are actually fucking learning, like reading over those research reports, fully fucking taking in, bro, like all that fucking information. Yeah. Y'all will be good when crypto becomes the next fucking thing, bro. Anyways. That's like literally like, if I were to be the most bullish on any of my businesses, it's that. And the funny thing is right now, it's like my smallest business, which is the funny shit. And like, I don't push it hard on socials because of the fact that like, bro, I just want like, I want people who are in that shit to just like pop out a fucking year later and be like, you know, like you guys should have listened. And I'm going to be shaking my ass on social media being like, you guys should have listened. How to fight against other people's biases, retail traders, when I see mine's working out for me and they're saying, I don't know what I'm doing. The worst thing that is possible for you guys to do in trading is to trade with a friend. If you guys trade with your friends, stop it. This is for you and your buddy that you guys sit next to each other on TradingView. That is the worst thing that you guys can do. Every single person has a different learning curve, especially when it comes to trading. Someone can learn how to be profitable in trading in like a year and a half, and another person, it's going to take 5 years. You are slowing you and your friend down by trading together. If you guys are giving each other trades to take, that is the worst thing that you guys could possibly do. And I know it's fun and games to try and help your buddy out and try and learn this, learn that. Stop. Learn by yourself. That is the best thing that you can do. Because when you're trading with your friend, it's literally like, okay, let's say I'm a dog shit basketball player, dunk. And then I have my other friend who's also a dog shit basketball player. Dun, 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 dun. Same thing. Two unprofitable traders, and we're both trying to teach each other how to fucking trade. Two terrible fucking basketball players trying to teach each other how to play basketball. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Watch a profitable trader teach you that shit by yourself, and don't teach the other jit anything. Why would you even be taking your boy's trades? He's not profitable, neither are you. Why are you even giving him financial advice? Do you use multiple accounts or just one? Multiple. You guys don't know about some of my accounts. We keep that on the low. Do interseller blends actually help? Yes. Fun fact, I've been on a 2-day water fast, and I've been taking the blends the entire time, and they've helped significantly with the fast. And then on top of that, they just help a lot with the trading shit and just overall health. I was able to get off of my depression meds because of them. They helped a lot with my anxiety. Like, I have horrible mental health, and those help me a lot with it. So yeah. Give me 1 second. I just realized I have to put freaking lotion on my tattoo. I got out of the shower. Anyways, I'll keep answering this while I lube myself up. Do you think I should learn ICT after I finish your boot camp? That's what I see people do on TikTok. Listen up, guys. ICT, he's a great trader. Me, I think it's safe to say that I'm a good trader. I'm up freaking 250K this month. This is what I have to say about all that. You know, people saying that, oh, TJR is for beginners. Guess what? Are you profitable? Damn. Am I profitable? Damn. You know, so it's like, yeah, ICT does go in so much more depth than me. And if ICT makes sense to you, if his concepts make sense to you, bet, trade like him. If my concepts make sense to you, bet, trade like me. If Lambo Raul's concepts make sense to you, support and resistance, bet, trade like him. You see where I'm getting at? Trade what makes sense to you. I don't give a fuck about ICT. I don't give a fuck about how all these other fucking traders trade. I don't give a fuck about indicators. I don't give a fuck about anything. I trade the strategy that works for me, that I've fucking adopted for myself. After today's trade, you deserve some mad gawk. I know. I wish I was getting head under the desk right now. Me and you both, Brody. Some people are. Has the Discord made you a better trader? When I first started it, hell no. It honestly made me a worse trader than I was before. I'm not going to lie. Having the Discord, and this is a tip and trick to all the fucking TikTok traders out there, bro. You fucking dumbass jits that are starting Discords and like knowing damn well that you're unprofitable, and then having other people take your trades just so you can make a fucking quick little fucking 10K like bullshit a month from your little fucking Discord, and you know that you're unprofitable. You are literally putting yourself in a position to never be profitable ever again in your entire life by having that Discord open. Like, I'm being dead serious, because you get to the point where you turn into somebody that, like, one is already unprofitable, and then you have to deal with the stress and the confidence of just getting ripped the fuck apart by the people in your Discord when you lose. So you don't even have the confidence that you have right now because you're unprofitable and you don't believe in your trades already. And then what happens when you start taking trades that you don't believe in, that now other people are ripping you the fuck apart for? You know, it's just a spiral out of control. So yeah, when I started the Discord, it was really fucking hard because I knew I was fucking profitable. And then I had all these people who had just super short-term mindsets, thinking day to day, because they were fucking full porting my signals, talking about, oh, like, you don't know how to trade, you're fucking unprofitable. And then I'm looking at my P&L being like, wait, but I am. Why am I listening to them? It's bullshit. And now I've gotten to the point where like I don't fucking listen to my Discord for shit. I literally I turn that shit on and then I put them in the fucking corner. I don't look at chat at all and I just fucking take the trade and fucking make my fucking bread. Scroll down here a bit more. What are the major changes in your life that you made to go from unprofitable to profitable? Prioritizing work. I think this applies to literally every single business. So if you're one of those guys that was in this to learn about trading, but you weren't sure whether or not to get into trading, and then I told you not to get into trading, and you were like, okay, bet I'm not going to get into trading, and you're still fucking watching this. This can apply to you guys as well, for the people that like just want to be business people and entrepreneurs, because I honestly consider myself more of an entrepreneur than a trader, even though I fucking kill it in the markets. I see myself long term as an entrepreneur. I'm only 21. Sure, I'm a trader right now. I make the majority of my money from doing crypto and day trading shit, but like the majority of my money by the time I'm dead will be from businesses. And the biggest change that I could say in my life that didn't necessarily turn me unprofitable to profitable was prioritizing work over friends and pretty much everything, but still knowing that that stuff is like relevant. So like for me, it's like if I know my friends are going out, or like when my like bedtime comes around and I'm trying to turn profitable, or like I have some shit to do in the morning and I know I want a good night's sleep, it's just having the balls to just say like, yo, I'm going home and I'm going to bed because I prioritize my work over whatever the fuck's going to happen in the next 1 to 2 hours before everybody else goes home, it's also like just prioritizing your future over. I had a conversation with somebody that could have been working for me pretty like full time literally recently, and he was debating whether or not to drop out of college, or like take a gap year off college to work for me full time and pretty much be making 6 figures and living like the best life that he could ever imagine, which is like traveling around the world with me and like pretty much like filming it and shit, and like being literally like what his dream job is, and he kind of lost that opportunity because he's in college right now and he's in a frat and he has a girlfriend and he's on a club baseball team, and he prioritized those things over taking the fucking leap. Like I told him, I said, look, right now you're in a position where you could potentially go from having all these little joys, these small joys that won't last long, right? Club baseball, that's going to be over in a couple years. Your fraternity in college, that's going to be over in 2 years. Your girlfriend right now, you're 20 years old. Odds that you get married to this girl, pretty fucking low. Let's say you guys go really fucking long and you guys date for 2 years. Odds are it'll probably still end. Versus I'm giving you a job that will set you up for the rest of your life, and who knows how far this can take you. He chose the other route. And it's kind of like, if you guys really want to make it in this shit, you have to give up the small little baby shits that give you small, it's the small little joys in life, and it's having a much larger perspective on life, like looking at your future and being like, how does the choices that I'm making today, the choices that I'm making overall in the week, the choices that I'm making overall in the month affect me 5 years down the line if I continue to do, like, let's say I fucking stick on my shit, I'm super consistent on working and focused on trading, and I do that for fucking 2 years straight. How will that set me up in the future to like fucking nothing else? Versus if I fuck around for 2 years and just like enjoy like the little small stupid shit, like how will that set up my future? It won't. What is your view on taking a break? I took a week-long break to refresh my mind for next week. Great. Sometimes, and a lot of times, this is something that I would recommend to all you guys, because I'm assuming that all you guys aren't profitable, which again is okay. I would fully suggest this because a lot of you guys are taking in so much information at once and then you immediately try and apply it to the market. Like a lot of you guys will watch my strategy video and be like, bet I got a new strategy that I'm going to use. And then you guys go ahead and like try and trade it the very next fucking day. And you don't even know how it fucking works. You literally just follow the step-by-step thing without having like any sort of demo experience. You guys jump into your live account and like full port a fucking trade on that. Like, are you stupid? Are you like, you might be dumb. Yeah, so taking a break is great idea. Like sometimes you literally just need to like, bro, just be like, push yourself away from the fucking desk. Like understand that like, hey, I've been learning a lot. Let's not overload myself right now. Let's give my body and my mind some time to digest this shit. How do I trade in high school? Do I just ditch first period to trade? Or like, how should I balance it? Yeah, man, it's really fucking hard. Luckily for me, New York session opened. I was on Pacific Standard, so New York session opened. I think, I believe it was like 5:30 a.m. So I was able to trade before school. But if you guys are on Eastern time and it's during school, maybe you consider trading London session. Because you can't, like trading in school do not go hand in hand. It's similar to like how I would say like you want to put full focus on work. How the fuck are you supposed to be like half-ass, like no matter, like when you trade, you want your full attention to be focused on trading because trading is literally one of the hardest professions in the world. What makes you think that you'll be able to be a profitable trader if you're trying to avoid being caught trading in class while also trying to learn from your teacher and then also trying to trade at the same time and make money? Like 0 fucking percent chance that works. That's like fucking, that's like, bro, that's like having your charts out, having one movie on another monitor, having a TV show, and then having an ad pop up on top of your screen every 5 seconds. Like it's just like impossible to pay attention. How do I eliminate panic in trading? Any advice? Switch over to demo. If you're panicking, then that means you are one, either over leverage or you shouldn't be trading with the, or you shouldn't be using the money that you're trading with. It means you actually care about the money that you're trading with. If you actually genuinely care about any of the money in your trading account, you're fucking up. If you're panicking and if you're getting emotional after a win or a loss, specifically a loss, if you get really upset or really sad or really stressed when your like trade even goes into drawdown, it means you are emotionally connected to that money and you probably shouldn't be trading with it. And you should be trading on demo or just not trading at all. Trying to balance learning crypto and Forex. Which one would you say to put more research into? Crypto, for sure. Crypto, without a doubt. I think that this is going to be our last bull run. And I think that the returns that you can get from crypto are just so much better than Forex. And crypto, it's a lot easier to get lucky than in Forex and like trading. So like, for example, let's say you put your money into 20 different projects before the bull run starts, which I like right now, I would technically even consider that right now. Let's say you put your money into 20 different projects. When the bull run pushes and rips, all of those projects will make money. Like as long as they're good, solid projects, every single project makes money in a bull run. It's just catching the ones with the highest ROIs versus in trading, not every single trade is going to be a win. And assuming that you guys are unprofitable, you guys probably will end up being net negative versus in crypto, you'll probably be net positive without doing much. Don't trade crypto. Just put some fucking money into it and understand how to exit. Let's keep going through here. What brokers do you use? I use AirFX. They're fucking dope. They give me my payouts on time. They keep my account safe. Solid. Let's see. Continue. Scrolling through all these. Why don't you do analysis on gold? Just because the indexes have been moving great, you know, like if I continue to make the money that I do on indexes, why the fuck would I switch it? Let's get lower down into here. Let's get into more of the current questions. Thoughts on credit cards and your relationship with them? Every single person should have a credit card, and every single person should be spending all their money on the credit card, because you'd be fucking stupid not to. Credit cards, like, and like, bro, I'm no like credit fucking specialist, but like right now, like I just use my Amex for literally every single purchase. And like I have like 2.5K worth of like USD that I can spend on trips, fucking Amazon, like just based off of like the shit that I've spent. Like I think over the past, like over this year, I've made technically like 10K back in USD just purely off of like using my credit cards. Like, and I was gonna spend the money anyways. Why not use a fucking card? You know, like fuck. If you keep preaching businesses, why even trade in the first place? You know, I wish I knew that when I was getting into trading. Simple as that. I wish I knew to fucking start a business instead of trade. But I didn't. Will you trade in December and January? Yeah, man. How many questions do you think you've gotten so far? Ballpark? Hundreds, bro. I'm scrolling through a big ass list right now. We're about to wrap this up though, because we're reaching up on that hour 30 mark. This has been fun though. Assuming I have a lot of bread, what top assets can I invest in that get me money in my sleep? The best thing that can make you money in your sleep is creating a business with a lot of that bread, putting a lot of bread into a business and then working your ass off on it for several months, and then hiring people to run the business for you. And then those people that you hired are essentially the machine that runs the business, and then you don't do shit. Will the exclusive class that you mentioned be paid or for free? Come on, man. I'm not going to sit down for a month straight, and I'm not going to sit down for an hour every single day for 4 weeks straight, or sorry, sit down for an hour every other day for 4 weeks straight, to teach some jits for free. That's something that I should be charging like 10K a person for. It's not going to be that much, but it's going to be expensive. That is for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to see where the fuck you at. Would you ever fly a subscriber out? If y'all were fucking cool, if like I did like a giveaway for that shit and like I would have to do like a test, do like a couple Zoom calls with you to like make sure you were like chill. But sure, my like yeah, I would fucking do that shit. Um, I think we are going to wrap it up there, boys. I appreciate you guys for hopping on here with me. Solid hour and 22 minutes in the freaking books. I appreciate everybody who watched this, watched it to start from finish. If you guys are on the YouTube, much fucking love. I'll see you guys again next Friday. If you guys were in here live, much fucking love. I'll see you guys again next Friday. And again, if you guys had questions that weren't answered, I'll try and fucking get to them. I got overloaded with questions. A tip for next time would just be like, please don't copy and paste your questions. It would make it a lot easier for me to get to a lot more questions that way. But again, I appreciate you guys for tapping in with me. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. Hopefully like I covered some like random and obscure personal questions for you guys, that also, you know, like maybe applied to the majority of all you other people. But again, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the people on YouTube. Appreciate the people that were in here live. Appreciate for fucking all you guys. All right, guys. I will catch you guys next Friday for the same shit. I'll catch all the paid Discord jits in there this weekend. I'll catch all the free Discord jits maybe on Sunday or Saturday, even though we already did weekly analysis on here. That being said, catch you boys.